This actually just broke today. The Washington Commanders had posted a wedding picture. You know, people who got married this offseason. Oh, we're growing our family, you know, this and that. And they kind of skipped out on one of their best players, which is kind of weird. Terry McLaurin got married this offseason and was not involved in those pictures. He actually someone put, wow, this is like mad disrespectful. And he liked that comment. So this is why it's interesting to me. This is why it's a training camp story, is because are they going to re-sign McLaurin? Will McLaurin be on the move? You know, all offseason, right? All offseason, we've been going. Well, I figured personally, I was like, well, they'll figure it out. McLaurin was too good for them to let him go, just like TJ Watt, right? He was too good. You know, he's been there too long. You know, they're not going to let him go. At this point, McLaurin might want to go, dude. If he's feeling disrespected by the franchise, that's interesting. So not only am I excited to see, you know, what his deal will look like, because I think it's going to be a top-of-the-line receiver contract, I would be interested to see if he gets traded, like where he ends up going, what team. There's a lot of teams out there that need a bona fide #1 receiver, and that is exactly what Terry McLaurin can bring to any team.
That would be stupid. One, if the Commanders even thought about trading him. And two, I feel bad for Terry because one, like, he went to my high school. Now, granted, I wasn't there when he was playing at Cathedral, but shout out to Cathedral. But he was there at my high school. He, you know, one of the greatest receivers, high school receivers in Indiana football history at the high school level. Went to Ohio State. Great story. He's had. Let me make sure I have it counted right here. Yeah, 5 straight 1,000-yard seasons, and pretty much until last year, who is he getting the ball thrown?
Right.
Respectfully, like nobody. Taylor Heineke, he's done well with nothing. And you saw what kind of player he could turn into. Top 10 talent at the receiver position with Jaden Daniels.
For sure.
That is a bona fide fact. Like the way he's able to make an impact with an elite quarterback, come on. If the Commanders trade him, and look, I know a lot of people have been giving the Commanders praise. Oh, you know, great ownership. This could be the first bad thing that this ownership group does if they decide to move from Terry. You cannot do this. Don't put this franchise in this position, please. And I don't even care about Washington, but that would just be bad.
Right.
Now, it would be good for the Cowboys because then, you know, they lose a weapon, obviously. But I'm just saying, don't do this. Don't do it. You're going to regret it. You're going to regret it. But trade destinations, I don't even know. That's a interesting. I think there's a couple of teams that could get him, possibly. And let me know what you think of this, Astrid. And chime in with some teams. Okay. I think possibly, the Ravens are going to be in on him. Okay. I think they're definitely going to try to get receiver help. Now, obviously, they got Hopkins, but I think Terry, you know, obviously is way better than DeAndre Hopkins at this point in their careers. And then the second one I'd probably throw in there is potentially the Vikings, maybe, if they want to move on from Jordan Addison. Pair him up. Imagine that receiving room with Justin Jefferson and McLaurin.
I mean, yeah.
Dump Jordan Addison. Maybe. That's a team I kind of don't think will get him, but that's kind of off the cusp. That's what I'm thinking. I think that could be interesting. Okay,
here's the thing with McLaurin. He is 29 years old. He'll be 30 by, like right around week 1. His birthday is September 15th. So right around week 1, he'll be 30. He wants a contract. That is the main reason he wants out of Washington. Who's going to, it's kind of like the Trey Hendrickson problem. Who's going to give him the money he wants and deserves, don't get me wrong, deserves, at 30 years old? I like Baltimore. I think Baltimore makes a lot of sense. Not a long deal, but like a 3-year deal. They got to win now. So I like Baltimore. I don't like the Vikings because for the exact same reason, I don't think they do what the Bengals are doing right now and pay 2 receivers, especially one that's 30, top of the line money. So I do like Baltimore. I actually think that makes a lot of sense. But it's just got to be a team that's timeline. Like, it's got to be a win, like, now team that can afford to pay a receiver like that. Because I don't think... I've seen a lot, like, Cardinals fans want Terry McLaurin.
Washington has all this cap space, though. Washington has all this cap space.
Washington should pay him. I've never once thought Washington shouldn't pay him.
They have the money.
If he wants a 3-year... I don't like 40 years, but a 3-year deal at $30 million, max money, you know, whatever that top-of-the-line money, give it to him. In my opinion, he's their best receiver by a country mile, and their offense worked so good.
Do you know what he's asking?
No, but I've heard he wants not. I don't know the number, but I heard he wants top of the line money. I assume he doesn't want Justin Jefferson money, but I'd assume he wants something not too far, probably like T. Higgins money. You know, probably that 35.
Do you give him T. Higgins
probably about
money?
35. For 3 years. If you're a team that can afford that, yes. If you're a team that's not paying a quarterback, like the Vikings, I know, or if you're a team that needs to win now, imagine if the Ravens don't win with this team they've had the last couple of years. They never win anything. With me saying that, I think the Bills would make a lot of sense. I think the Bills would be a team that should go get Terry McLaurin.
Yeah,
I'm thinking only win now teams for Terry McLaurin because it makes the most sense.
Who is in that receiver room? The Bills have no receivers.
Keon Coleman.
They need him. Stop.
Keon Coleman's
I love
good.
Keon Coleman, but
he was good last year.
Dude,
he was good.
He's not. He is not going to help the Bills win the Super Bowl if he is one of their top receivers.
They almost went to the Super Bowl last year, and he's their X. I'm not gonna say he's the number one, but he's their X. So but imagine.
Yeah, but also we thought they were gonna get way higher production out of Amari Cooper,
right? And
we figured out Amari Cooper is done.
Yeah, no. I don't think they'll do it. I don't think the Bills will do it. I think they should. It makes sense, but I don't think they will because they gotta pay James Cook.
They should.
And if they're going to pay James Cook, which they should, they should. Yeah, having Josh Allen, James Cook, and Terry McLaurin taking up all your cap for the next couple of years, I don't know about that. But it does, logically, I would get it. It would make enough sense to me, especially if he only wants 2 years. Holy crap. But a 3 or 4 year deal, yeah, I'm kind of off on that. But that's just where my mind is. It's got to be a win now team because a young team, trying to get a little bit better, teams have done in the past, trading for an older receiver.
Yeah.
I don't think it makes sense at 30 years old to give a guy a contract with, when last year could have been his, he might not be as good next year. I mean, I believe he will, but I don't know how much longer we see.
I don't see that.
I think he's starting to get to that
I don't see that
point, and so it's got to be a team that's just trying to win now. I don't think he gets traded. I think
he's just getting started. I think he's just getting started. I don't think he's getting to that point yet. I think he's starting to hit an upward spiral on his performance because he's got a quarterback finally. He hasn't had that.
Right. No. So production-wise,
I don't think he's done.
Production-wise, I see what you're saying.
At 29 years old, for a receiver who really hasn't had that many injury issues and has been healthy, he's been a reliable player. I feel like you should be confident to give him a 3-4 year deal. A 33 years old for a receiver who hasn't had any injuries, I don't think that's a bad thing. I don't. And Josh Allen's trying to win now. Terry McLaurin's trying to win now. And also you mentioned teams not paying their quarterbacks. The Commanders have not had to pay Jaden Daniels yet. And you won't have to for another 3 years. So give him the 3 year deal. And then once his deal's up, then you can pay Jaden Daniels and then you can start filling in the pieces around him. Because 33, 34, I'm sure Terry's going to start to take a dive at some point. But I think he's still got a lot of football left in him.
You know who else is?
Especially with Deebo Samuel.
Oh, I forgot they got Deebo. You know who else is 33 though? DeAndre Hopkins, who we've just said has been washed for the past 3 years. So,
But he's also had a weird choice.
He's not
he went to the
terrible.
Titans. Yeah, I'm going to go play with Will Levis.
But I mean, last year on the Chiefs, I wouldn't say he was particularly good. He was okay. So that's kind of what my thing is.
He was on the Chiefs. That's why.
Yeah, but he dropped that one. Oh my God, he dropped that ball in the Super Bowl. That was insane.
Yeah, he did.
I'm not. That's just one play. You're not gonna. Anyone can drop the ball. It doesn't matter who. Jesus Christ would drop the ball sometimes. Well, maybe not him, but most people. You know what I'm saying? You get on the ball whenever the situation comes at you. Anyway, we should probably move off. We should probably move off of Terry McLaurin.